Hello, happy Thursday, my friends. How's it going? We're having technical difficulties. Technically, I'm the difficulty. But we're rocking. Here we go. I got some music to put on. Where part of this slow is coming from. All right. We're back. Oh, my friend. What's up, Scotty? What's up, Guap? Guap, did you get a chance to listen to those songs? You might hear them pop up during this stream, honestly. But I tried to play around with it a little bit. I don't mind them. There's one of them that I like the most, but... And it was 12 o'clock before I realized I was having no fun. But fortunately, I have the key to escape reality. That brick. Oh. And you may see me tonight with an illegal smile. It don't cost very much, but it lasts. Yeah, okay, Guap. I like it. Won't you please tell the man I didn't kill anyone? No, I'm just. Oh, okay, give me one. I'm sorry, I'm cleaning out the old pipe. I'm trying to get something I can smoke some. I'm ready for it. Ready for a chooch. Sometimes it seems like the bottom is the only friend I've had. John! Holy smokes! It is the clarity of the words, you're right. Can I show John? I think we should. John, how do you feel? Hold on. Get all the way to the top. There's only one of them that I really like. Well, there's a couple of them that I really like. I did a few more today that are good. Let's rock this one. Let's see, John. You get to pick. Okay, here's number one. Have you ever wondered what to buy? Have you ever pondered how to get high? Well, don't just go in and guesstimate. Listen close. Get you something great. Like a tender dispo yelp, my bud John is here to help. Oh, okay. It's version 1. Hold on. Oh, yeah, I like this one. Have you ever wondered what to buy? Have you ever pondered if that will get you high? Well, don't just go in and guesstimate. Listen close, get you something great, like a tender disco yelp. My bud John is here to help. Dude, short and quick ones, bro. Hold on. Got one left. Have you ever pondered if that'll get you high? Well, don't just go in and guesstimate. Then close, get you something great. Like a tender dispo yelp. My bud John is here to help. Oh, man. All right. Those are the ones that I kind of like because of their shortness. I think the one that Guap's talking about, I kind of dig this thing. There's no words to it, though. Like, the words are still there, but this whole fill-in stuff. Have you ever wondered what to buy? Have you ever pondered if that will get you high? Well, don't just go in and guesstimate. Listen close, get you something great. Cheers, my friends. Have you ever wondered what to buy? Have you ever pondered if that will get you high? Those aren't words. Wow, Ben, what's up, brother? Dr. Frank LaBarbara, Dr. Levy, what's good, man? Oh, Mr. Rourke, what's good, dude? Kids, enjoy bed. Yeah, Mr. Rourke, I'll be here for a little bit. Oh, what's up, Sea Fox? Dude, great to see you. Oh, what a good start to the night. Yeah, so the words in that just are there's nothing. There's a lot of shit that sounds cool. And actually what's really funny is it sounds, well, it's funny that Two Dope Dudes came on right after that. It sounds like something. It sounds like a lot of modern music where you just don't understand the words. You're like, what the hell did he say? But well, Ben, I greatly appreciate you swinging through no matter what. Dudley Dawson, what's good, brother? Been a long time, dude. You know what's crazy? I literally was in her stream yesterday also, and I was waiting for games to start. I just literally left it sitting next to me, and then some of the banter back and forth, I was like, I don't know what's going on here, but I don't feel like I'm part of it. So I turned it off and then came back later to try and get onto some games or something. Still nothing. So, all right, John. I like that. I like that you like the second one. Dr. Dank Nugs, happy Thursday, my brother. Totally mutual there. I feel the same way. Oh, no shit, Ben. Holy cow. With the same shit? Ben works at the, I don't know if I'm supposed to say it, but oh, it's crazy. Ben, if you want to explain a story in there, it's fine, but the same shit? Oh my god, it's so crazy. Number 2 was, hold up, I think it's this one. Was this number 2? Yep. It's about right, Sea Fox. That's, yeah. Yeah, so Ben works at the nuclear power plant, and they had an issue the other day, and it got weird on Facebook because they were talking about all the casualties and everything, and then people were like, well, casualty doesn't mean death and stuff. I'm like, we're talking about a nuclear power plant. What the hell are you talking about? It means something, right? So anyway, Ben's good to go. People at the shop are mostly good to go. A few people still in care, but now it seems like the same issues have come up again. Nuclear power plants, you know? And I don't even think I forget what he said it was, but I don't think it has much to do with. I don't know. I'm not smart enough to nuclear physics. Good, Dr. Dang Nugs. And honestly, there's been some fucked up crazy storms. I saw the biggest hailstone fell in Illinois, right down in Kankakee the other day, 5.5 inches. They were preserving it. You have to preserve it to get it actually measured by whoever. But then today I saw one that was like 9.5 inches. The thing looked like a football. It's the most terrifying thing I've ever seen. To think that that piece of it literally was like a chunk of ice, like this big. To think that something like that could fall out of the sky. Oh man. Nice seeing you too, C Fox. You're the man. Thanks for swinging by. Tell Twist I said what's up. Oh Jesus, 22 peeps, man. God bless. Brandon Krieger, happy Thursday, my brother. I have some damn it, dude. I'm so bad at this. It's a oh man. Oh, my brain wants to so bad. It's like a cheese mix of sorts. I don't remember what it is. I feel bad. You know what's crazy? I'm bad at knowing what I'm smoking. I typically don't care. Honestly, I'm so used to buying cannabis back in the day where there wasn't a name, or when he told me a name, I'd literally go, oh, okay, doesn't mean anything to me. Well, because same way, I was just talking to somebody the other day. They were like, look at this White Widow. This clearly isn't White Widow because look at how it looks. And I was like, whoa. That's not how this works, bro. What do you mean? It's definitely fucking how it works. Like this, I used to see White Widow back in the day and it was like very light green, but like very white, very crystally, whatever. And this looks kind of stringy and whatever. I said, it's who grew it. It's not what they grew. Well, it's not White Widow, though. I said, no, it's not what you're used to calling White Widow. And that's why the naming convention in cannabis is still kind of mids, you know? Oh, dude, Dr. Dank, if that gets close to you, ugh. Hydrazine. Remember that. What are you smoking on, Brandon Krieger? What's up, Norm? I'm just a dreamer. I dream my life away. I'm just a dreamer who dreams of better days. I like that. Ben Flood. I like that. Radio waves, dude. No, not radio. Microwaves, bro. Those are the ones. Keep your face away from that thing, bro. Oh my goodness. Cole. Happy Thursday, brother. Golly. I heard you were talking about the Indiana man, so I'm not talking about it. Well, it doesn't matter. We can if somebody wants to, but I'm just going to say one bit of information. For those of you who might not know what I'm talking about, there was a man who got pulled over coming through Indiana back home.
I think he had 31-ounce bags, a couple of packages of gummies, and a couple of vapes, and pretty much turned himself in for all intents and purposes. And the fucked up part is he was like trying to tell them, all the people that he was going to see, oh, I got some of this for my cousins and my grandpa and my aunt and my uncle and my best friends and my. I'm like, bro. Don't people know anything about Shut the Fuck Up Friday? Look, we gotta turn people on to the right sources. But, you know, I don't know. It disappoints me. Oh, John, you know what's crazy? It might have been the Up North White Widow that he was looking at a picture of and said, that's not the same. El Jefe flower with a little key. Oh, Brandon. See, now, that's some stuff I can mess with. When you tell me I got flour, I'm going to put a little keef in there. I might add a little shatter, you know, twist it up. Oh, a little bubble hash. Twist it into a snake. Put it in the middle. Oh, mama. Dr. Dank brings up a valid point. Don't go to Indiana with weed, period. 100%. That's, yeah. I'm sorry we don't answer questions. Another great one. No, Ben, I did not hear about that one. You got they seized a ton of stuff? Oh, no, I wish no. Yeah, okay, John. I like that. Well, and that's what I said to him, too. I said, dude, unless you smoked it, you wouldn't know anyway. Well, it doesn't look right. I'm like, yeah, but what if it smokes better than the shit you used to have back in the day? You know, like, we can't, until we try. Oh, Mr. Krieger, you are, I'm telling you what, fire. I love a nice little, I think you've heard me say it, I used to call them rat salads. We used to just, you know, put a little, my favorite, and this is still to this day, if I have a clean glass pipe, put a little bit of flour down, put a little bit of keef, put a little bit of bubble hash, like a little contact lens bubble hash in there. Then you fill that thing up with more keef, and then you cover it over with a little bit of flour. Oh. That just brings back nostalgia even talking about it. Makes my insides feel good. £100 marijuana, 10,000 THC. Oh, Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, that's wild. Yeah. A Get Right smoke set. I like that. I like that. Let's see. Oh, you got a joke coming our way? Oh. Yeah. Touche. Sometimes you have to... My brain is in delay. I get about 7 steps ahead, and then I read the chat, and then I try to pull back a few steps. I don't know if anybody, yeah, you guys deal with that too on your side? Or you're like trying to say something, and then I'm fucking a mile ahead, and then you're like, this dumbass guy he ain't even talking about what I'm talking about. I don't know, delayed in time. That's right. Guapo, thank you for... Listen, I'll take all excuses made in my favor. I'm into it. And that's true, Guapo. Yeah, I think that was like one of the first... I mean, I used to ask all of you all the time, like, all right, tell me now when you... How fucking are we supposed to time that? You know what I mean? Because then there's timing in between that. But I think once we started playing some of the Vidya games, it was easy to see the delay time there. 5 to 8 is the average that I see people. Oh, yeah, if you want to argue with me, please, by all means, feel free. There's plenty of ways to contact me. I'm happy to argue. I mean, we can argue in here too, but it's not arguing. It's resolving. It's trying to come to resolve. No arguments here. I'm pretty much in favor of, happiness and health and love and fulfillment. That's pretty much my jam. But, for everybody. Everybody should get it, Ah, Cole, we miss you already. Fuck. It's better to see you, bro. I miss you already. Thanks for, doing what you do, being a hero. Sorry I wasn't there for the show, but I did hear Guapo was texting me a little bit back and forth. I do, I've got some input on it. I think there's a holy Chi-Town Hi-Fi. This man's playing incognito right now. He's physically seeable, but not. You know what I mean? You guys got not here, but you get it. Yeah, I got some perspective on the cannabis thing if anybody ever wants it. The one thing that I was just a friend called me not that long ago, somebody that's been smoking for a long time too, and he said, "Hey, let me ask you something. Is it okay? You got time for a question?" I said, "Of course I do." Why is it that back in the day I could smoke as much weed as I wanted to, and I didn't get the munchies? Not only did I not get the munchies, like I felt like it would curb my appetite, like I would be like cool. He said, "Now it doesn't matter, dude. Like I get the munchies like a maniac." He said, so okay, two things are going on here. I'll give you the guys the quick and the short of it. First thing that we all should take into consideration, and him and I both had pretty extended tolerance breaks, and he restarted smoking, and he said, "I'm getting the munchies so bad, I'm putting on weight like crazy." I said, "Dude, so am I. I've been going through it. I get it." But in taking a tolerance break and then coming back to it, THC naturally is an appetite stimulant. All right, it will cause you to get the said munchies. It will cause you to feel these levels of hunger. And the one thing that I make sure that we talk about here is like, that's because we broke our tolerance, right? So in tolerance, what levels of tolerance are we dealing with, right? Because there's a psychological tolerance where, like, sometimes you might get paranoid, and some of the rest of us are like, "I don't get paranoid. Why do they say that?" But for new people, I mean, for me included, like when I came back from smoking again, I would get to this point of like, holy shit, I feel awkward. I feel like that was too much. So I understand how people can get to this place better. But when you break a tolerance, when you have that thing go, and like I said, it's not just a psychological, it can be physical tolerances to this thing as well, which one of the best physical tolerances to build up ends up being the appetite stimulation thing. When you have an abundance of something that's coming at you as an appetite stimulant, once your body deals with that over and over and over and over again, eventually it goes, okay, it can almost do the opposite of that, but at the same time, it can just stop that from being a regular reaction. And some of you might experience that currently. You're like, yeah, this thing doesn't give me the munchies at all. And that could be because our physical tolerance to it doesn't allow for that anymore. And again, that's something I don't want. I don't want to have the munchies all the time and gain fucking 30 pounds after taking a tolerance break every time, right? It doesn't make sense. It's okay, anyway. But I also don't know that I want to use this thing to the point where, okay, if the appetite stimulation portion of it isn't working, what other portions of this robust plant aren't working? Right? Like you know, is the cognitive portion that I use this mostly for suppressed also at the same rate that my appetite stimulation rate would be? Right? So like I would have to smoke a ton once I have a tolerance to get to this munchy rate. But is that the same thing with the psychological comforts? Um, and the answer is yeah, right, right. Like it's all very individual, but yes is the answer. So, um, tolerance is one part, but two, and I'll say it a million more times, is weed of today or weed of the past, our parents' generation, is it better? Which one is better? And I genuinely believe that, think about this, okay? All of us, everybody who's older than, I mean, probably later than your 30s, maybe 40s, whatever, anybody that's above that, we all know a time back in the day where cannabis used to give us the giggles. We used to laugh our butts off. We get the munchies like crazy, but music was substantially better, and those things still occur, but not at the rate that it used to. Okay, well, the only difference of now to then, um, the only difference from now to then is the abundance with which THC is produced. It's a THC dominant strain. And THC is good at what? Appetite stimulation, pain reduction, spasticity. There's like a laundry list of things that THC is very good at, headache reduction, whatever. But is it good at doing all the things, right? Including the giggles and and I think that a more robust, lower THC percentage flower might be more enjoyable for a lot of people who aren't looking to get obliterated or massively intoxicated, right? And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. Go stupid, friends. Like, do you, because you're all old enough and smart enough, and take your health into your hands. And if that's how we plan on doing it, that's fine. But and it's not that, like, I don't think that any of you would not want to have the giggle weed back, right? Like, who the fuck doesn't want to just go have belly laughs over the dumbest shit in the world? Or who doesn't want to go listen to brand new music that might not even be that good if we were grumpy and mad as we are always, and then we got to a place where it was like, man, all music again is really good. All arts are enjoyable. All this new stimulation, all of this dopamine, kind of increase, which is another part of it that we're gaining tolerance to, is the dopamine hit that comes from it. But there's a lot that I think, talking old school cannabis versus new school cannabis, and that's what me and my friend were talking about, you might not feel that thing because maybe there was a more robust cannabinoid profile. Maybe there was, we know for a fact there wasn't as much THC regularly. Maybe you were finding something with more THCV naturally, which is an appetite suppressant, right? So something that stops appetite. So when we weigh all of these factors together, who knows what the answer is, but try lower THC for a little bit if that's what's happening, or break your system again. And that's what, like, if you want to blow the roof off, and then, when you feel hungry, go smoke again, and then, like, maybe that helps suppress it. I don't know. And I'm not telling you that as, obviously, none of this is a recommendation. I'm not a fucking medical doctor. I just feel like I'm somebody who's experienced a lot of different people's cannabis use, and a lot of people have been very open with their cannabis use to me. And I see this one consistency that is, if you overdo things, you're not going to get to the same place you've been looking to get to. And if we get to the point, because when we go too much into things, I think we become chasing the dragon type stuff. We're trying to find something that isn't going to be there because we broke the system. Oh, thanks, Guap. You're the man. And Brandon Krieger, that's fire. I I think once you get to a lower, or you have a better tolerance to it, getting rid of the munchies, like, that's a great thing. Um, oh, wow. Sled Grows, what's up, my friend? Happy Thursday. Yeah, we're getting after the idea of the munchies with cannabis. I have a friend who asked me about it today, and because it's not a measurable thing where I can, like, go take blood from the person or something, right? Like, I'm not like that level of scientist to begin with, but because I'm unable to obviously do this like scientifically or physically, I can do it speculatively. We can speculate what the possibilities are and where things can be changed. And you know, the one thing that I think we all might be missing excessive parts of this plant that could be more beneficial. It's not that the stuff we're consuming isn't beneficial, it's that if there was a more robustness to what we were consuming, we might have a better general feeling altogether. And in that better general feeling, perhaps we wouldn't have to consume as much. Cannabis has become a consumer product. Like, they want you to just more, right? Like, they want you to consume as much cannabis as you possibly can because you'll keep spending money on it then. And that's not, I think, maybe the best way to consume cannabis. And the fact that that's how they're trying to push this thing, you know, could I see it get, I think we try to correlate this side by side with alcohol, and I think I can draw this correlation here, that could I see this thing becoming so normalized that we have it at bars and shit like that, where people can go in, consume it, and there already are consumption lounges, but they're not as prevalent or as socially acceptable as going to a bar down the street, getting multiple Long Island iced teas, which have, you know, anywhere from 2 to 4 shots of alcohol in it, depending on how strong people are making them. And, you know, you can drink 20 of them in a night as long as you appear to look okay to somebody. You know what I mean? And then not only that, like, I don't know. Oh, I got an Uber coming, so now I'm safe and I'm protected. Anyway, long story short, I could see cannabis becoming normalized to that point where normalizing it that much only means that there is more consumption of the thing going on, right? So it's just how quickly can we consume the thing? And I think that's what the drink market does. I think that lower dosed drinks that have a quicker onset, right? It's not immediate, but it takes a little bit longer to get through a full drink of something, depending on, you know, how much you've worked for the day and how hot it is. But because it's a quicker onset and it leaves you desiring more, where a lot of us will go, what's a 5 milligram thing gonna do? And I think, just like, you know, Cole says, he's like, I want my 50 milligram thing because that's what makes me good, right? So then he'd have to sit there and consume 10 beverages from this place that now can socially allow him to consume, which, you know what I mean? It's a... Yeah, and I don't think, and I'm with you, Norm. It is tolerance issues a lot of times, and I'm not blaming Mary Jane. Yeah, for poor choices, eat the apple is perfectly fine. I'm with you, because I used to say the same thing. Like, can't you just put a lock on the forks, right? Like, just lock up your refrigerator, freezer. But it's honestly a part of what intoxication is, right? And it's part of that kind of I'm not fully in control, but I'm fully in control thing. And I think that that's where it's not blaming Mary Jane, and it's not going, "Oh, you're bad at this and people should not consume that thing." I think more people would benefit from consuming this than not. And I genuinely say, like, I think that people should consider the words essential cannabinoids like we say essential vitamins. I think that there are essential parts of the plant that everybody would benefit by having them in their system more regularly. But what I do, I mean, there is an intoxication caused by said Mary Jane, and Doritos taste good, bro. You know what I mean? So, and so does like you know, Haribo gummy bears and shit, dude. And again, it's up to you what you like in that realm, and it's not Mary Jane's fault, but as much as it's not Mary Jane's fault, then it's not the food industry's fault. Cuz though it's available, you don't need to buy the Coke or the Pepsi or the Monster Energy drink or these things that are abundantly sugarous, but they're so in your face and so prevalent that, like, especially as much as we want to pretend that we're fully in control, especially once we've consumed a little bit of an intoxicant that causes these rush of endorphins and it's dopamine, right, from colors, tastes, sounds, flavors, everything, all of those senses. It's a sensory stimulant in many ways. It's hard to then, because you're not fully in control, and most of us who are fully in control, regardless if that's under the influence of cannabis, because people are fully in control under the influence of cannabis, or completely sober and healthiest diet in the world, whatever that is, there's a lot more people who do both of those things really well that still just aren't in control because of how good, everything, how stimulating a lot of these things are. And once you've broken the system, once you've flipped that switch and you've said it's okay for me to consume a Pepsi product, well then, if for the rest of your life, it's just that much easier to pull the trigger on that thing, right? So there's a lot deeper than that, but I'm with you. There's no blame to be put here. I think this is my whole talks of take your health back in your own hands. I think cannabis offers a great means of excess health to everything else, but I literally say number one in your health is in between your ears. Like, if you can't figure this part out, if you can't get this thing to be, and this is what I'm telling you, whether healthy or under the influence of cannabis or any stimulant, any drugs, anything, there's so many more people who just aren't in control as much as maybe it makes sense to be as a human trying to be healthy and happy and fulfilling. You know what I mean? There's a lot to it, but after an edible is either marketing genius or a partial product failure. Yeah, Shaitan, I like that. I think the marketing aspect of it, if they really wanted to capitalize on that, they would put a bag of their infused edibles next to a bag of their non-infused edibles. They would sell them together. Because a lot of people who are willing to consume cannabis edibly or first turn to edibles are doing so because they're more willing to eat something than they are to smoke something. A lot of people are against consumption through inhalation. So the drink market is kind of flourishing because of that. The edible market flourishes because of that. And I think that there's, for a lot of us who are whole plant consumers, people who smoke flower, in whatever way you consume flower, we get a better cannabinoid profile. We get a more robust cannabinoid profile. We get a more robust terpenoid profile than most of these people consuming, again, something that's probably more distillate based, which is just the moonshine of cannabis, right? So yeah, I'm with you there. I think they should sell both. Brandon Krieger, I like that correlation. I think cannabis does compare closer to coffee than any other substance. You're absolutely right. I do like that correlation because caffeine is a stimulant, and it does definitely cause a level of intoxication, regardless of it being very mild, and a lot of us consuming more of it than we should on a regular basis. So I think, um, I think uh, it's easier to draw a correlation between the two because of the the intoxication. It's easier to draw a correlation because you can get fucked up on one, you can kind of get intoxicated from the other one, um, where like you can't really get fucked up from caffeine. And if you get too intoxicated from caffeine, I mean, kind of the same things happen: heavy heart racing, overthinking, and paranoia. So I mean, yeah, very correlatable actually. I mean, yeah, the deeper I think about it. Oh, Ben Flood, sorry I didn't see you earlier. Good night, my brother. Be good. And that's the other thing, John. Like, it, food is good. There's a lot of food that tastes really good. Chi-Town Hi-Fi, absolutely. If you want to make some money with your Girl Scout cookie sales, I think outside Dispo, but again, that's this um it's a cross tying of some situations there that surfacely, right, from people who are against cannabis consumption. They're immediately going to be like, oh my god, you let the kids buy oh, this is, you see what the problem is here. And but at the same time, I'm of the class of like, you should learn it from those people. Like, if there's anybody you're going to learn cannabis from, you should learn it from the people walking in and out of the building. And what's crazy for a kid like that who would watch people walk in and out of a building, they would end up seeing their teachers, their doctors, their parents' friends, their parents themselves, their older brother and sister, their grandma and grandpa, people that they would go, whoa, that's what cannabis looks like? It's not this, fucking reefer madness kind of bouncy fucking attitude. Like, no, that's not it. So yeah, go stand, hey. Ooh, a little taco truck. Into that, as long as they got birria. And that's it, Brandon Krieger. The other thing is too, tolerance towards both of those substances, caffeine, and it's how quickly you gain tolerance to it. And again, it's so common in our culture to have caffeine and things. Like, we're giving children caffeine, right? Like, children are allowed to go buy energy drinks, which I think, if you want to outlaw some, you know what I mean? You want to make something 18 plus, you want to make something 21 plus, consider making energy drinks 21 plus. The amount of sugar in a lot of them, and even if it's fake sugars, I don't care if you drink the zero sugar one. How the fuck they make it taste like that? Fake sugar. And I don't know if fake sugar is any better than the real stuff, right? Like, so, but also the amount of caffeine. It's alarming how much they will allow a child to consume. And we saw, I don't know if you guys remember it, but it had to be, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago. There was that kid who drank all them monsters, and I think there's a YouTube video even where he comes on and showing it, and like you can see his heart beating through his chest. And I don't mean like just a thud thud thud. I mean literally his heart is expanding outside of his rib cage, pushing through his rib cage. I think comes out his armpit a couple of times. Like, it's just the wildest shit in the world. So yeah. Red alert! I like taco. and energy drinks are synthetic caffeine at that. Brandon, that's what I'm saying. I'm not against coffee. Honestly, that's like a natural form of, but it's no less an intoxicant than some of the other things. And there are excess benefits to the digestive system whilst consuming coffee and stuff. So I'm not against coffee as much. I genuinely am not, and I think the way that we prepare coffee now with, you know, uh, a few shots of creamer in it and a bunch of excess flavorings that are just sugar syrup, um, that might not be the best way. But oh, Chi-Town, I promise you right now, because I literally have dealt with everything from, I want to say she was 2 or 3. It was a child with epilepsy. Um, and then I dealt with one of the oldest ones. I think she was 93 or so. So like I've dealt with every age range. I've seen every ethnicity, social back, like doesn't matter, dude. Everybody, scientists, doctors. I promise you, dude. I've seen everybody. So yeah, you're 100% right. Brought back coffee from Costa Rica. Yeah, well, and that's a common thing. Add a little cream and sugar, but oh, really? Resort food sucked. I'm sorry to hear that. No way. No way. Into the mangroves, man. That's fire. When I was in Florida, we were talking about taking a little canoe ride out to the mangroves ourselves, and we didn't. The water was a little too aggressive while I was there, but yeah, it would be sweet. Ooh, Brand. When were you in Florida? I was in Florida too. Got back like a week ago, actually. To the day a week ago. I was gone for 14 days. So, 21 days ago precisely, I started my journey. Yeah, I'd be down. Yeah, I like that. I like the exploring part of traveling. Um I kept well, I explored a bit in Florida, but dude, I am not like I don't like shit that moves too fast, and I really don't like reptilian things. Precisely reptilian things that will eat your ass. So I stayed my happy ass away from a lot of stuff, but I did take a few adventures. Oh my god, dude. Brandon Krieger, I was in Fort Myer fucking like the same time as you. And oh, nice. Brandon, that's fire. Oh, I like that, dude. I would love to see a tour of this I mean, my girlfriend's got a tortoise. I see one all the time. We let it just crawl around the house sometimes, you know. So I see a tortoise regularly, but not like one of them big ones. Oh, Brandon, that sounds fire. Yeah. I avoided all the alligators. Um, did you see? Did I show you the shark we got? Were you here last week? See if I can pull it up really. I'm trying to get there. Here. Here we go. See if I can get a better photo of this guy. Yeah, there we go. We pulled this guy out on Fort Myer Beach, actually. This came off Fort Myer Beach. We were, see if I can find another good one over here. Oh, look at that guy. That's a healthy one, man. But yeah, let me see. Oh, I broke it. Oh, it went the other way. Wow. Hold up a minute. Before we go that far, let's put this right. No, hold up. Hold up. Dude, look at this. This is, fuck, 5 years ago. Very early streaming days right here. I think this was one of the thumbnails from back in the day. And this back little shelf right here is just plastered full of stuff from friends. Look at that. Boom. Plastered full of stuff over here. Golly, 5 years ago. What a child. What a child. Wow. Oh, dude, there it is. Hold on. I don't know who this is. I'm sorry to whomever it is, but look at this. Is the fucking icicle I was talking about that fell out of the sky. Not the icicle. Hailstone. Kankakee County. 9 inches wide. Look at that thing. Oh. Fucking falling out of the sky. Shit. Illegal to talk to dolphins? Nah. I think so. It's like one of the most terrifyingest things I've ever seen in my whole life. Oh, here are some other ones. I got some good ones like that. Now, stop your boop boop bop bop. We had a gnarly hailstorm come through here. No, when was it? 3-4 years ago. I have. Might be on this phone. Might be on my old phone. Who knows? Let me see. Todos tontos se enamoran igual que yo. Una mirada Oh. Oh, you know what? I remember this now. Damn it, dude. Child. Drop shit all the time. Oh, bro. How do I... trying to get myself onto this website here. No way. Hold on. Dolphin Who Loved Me, the NASA funded project that went wrong. The article was more than 11 years old. The article was old. 60s, Margaret Lovett was part of the NASA funded project. With dolphins 24 hours a day in a converted house. An experiment that went tragically wrong. Children Margaret Howell Lovett grew up with stories of talking animals. There was this book that mother gave to me called Ellie. Remembers twinkle in her eye. Story about a cat who could talk and understand humans. It just stuck with me that maybe there is this possibility. Unlike most children, Lovett didn't leave these tales of talking animals behind her. As she grew up in the early 20s, living on the Caribbean island of St. Thomas, it took on a new significance. During Christmas 1963, her brother-in-law mentioned a secret laboratory at the eastern end of the island where they were working with dolphins. Decided to pay the lab a visit early the following year. I was curious, Lovett recalls. I drove out there down a muddy hill, and at the bottom of the cliff was a big white building. Lovett was met with a tall man with tousled hair, wearing an open shirt and smoking a cigarette. His name was Gregory Bateson, a great intellectual of the 20th century and the director of the lab. Why did you come here? He asked Lovett. Well, I heard you had dolphins, she replied, and I thought I'd come and see if there was anything I could do or any way I could help. Unused to unannounced visitors and impressed by her bravado, Bateson invited her to meet the animals and asked her to watch them for a while and write down what she saw. Despite her lack of scientific training, Lovett turned out to be an intuitive observer of animal behaviors, and Bateson told her she could come back whenever she wanted. All right, let me check this out. What? Hold on, where's Nora? First farm in Washington. Oh no! God damn it, dude. I feel like I don't read. This is probably why I don't read the news. I don't know what I'm getting myself into, but I'm gonna find out here soon. There are 3 dolphins. Remembers Lovett. Peter, Pamela, and Sissy. Sissy was the biggest, pushy, loud. She sort of ran the show. Pamela was very shy and fearful. Peter was a young guy. He was sexually coming of age and a bit naughty. Uh-oh. Oh, man, what the fuck is happening? Okay, here we go. I feel like I'm gonna get banned after this. I don't know what the fuck's going on here. Labs upper floors overhung a sea pool. Housed the animals. It was cleaned by the tide. Open on each end. Facility had been designed to bring humans and dolphins into closer proximity and was the brainchild of an American neuroscientist, Dr. John Lilly. Here, Lilly hoped to commune with the creatures, nurturing their ability to make human-like sounds through their blowholes. Lilly had been interested in connecting with cetaceans since coming face-to-face with a beach pilot whale on the coast near his home, Massachusetts, in 1949. The young medic couldn't quite believe the size of the animal's brain and began to imagine just how intelligent the creature must have been, explained Graham Burnett, professor of the history of sciences. God damn it, y'all. What am I getting into? Time of science where everybody thinking about a correlation between brain size and what the brain can do. The peer researchers were like, whoa, big brain, huh? Cool. Every opportunity, the years following John Lilly's first wife, Mary, would charter sailboats and cruise the Caribbean looking for other big brain marine mammals to observe. It was one just such a trip in the late 1950s as Lily came across Marine Studios in Miami, first place to keep the bottlenose dolphin in captivity. Up until this time, fishermen of American East Coast. How long is this fucking thing? Holy shit! You're gonna have me reading for 2 weeks. Is there a short part of this? Hold on. Oh, I gotta. Where the fuck was I at? Lying in the bed, surrounded with water. First night, listened to palms gurgling away. Remember questioning what she was doing. Some people were out there having dinner or whatever, and here I am. There's moonlight reflecting on the water, the fins of the bright eye looking at you, and I thought, wow, why am I here? But then you get back into it, and it never occurred to me not to do it. What I was doing there was trying to find out if Peter was doing there and what we could do together. That was the whole point, and nobody had done that. Check out the big brain on Brad. Whoa. Hustler magazine picked up the thing. Oh man, what the hell? This went exactly where I thought it was going. Shit. Worst spirit in the world I've ever read somewhere was me and Peter. Fine, I don't mind. That was not the point of it, nor the result of it, so I just ignored it. Alright, thank God. Oh my God. Oh man. Well, Brandon Krieger, thanks for being here, brother. Oh, dude, now there's LSD involved. What the fuck? Oh man, what is happening? Jesus H. Louises. Wow. Alright, anyway. Hogan? Here we go. Let's check it out. Oh wow, the first 3 that I just saw are all 3 hours long. 1.6 million views, 715,000 views, 128,000 views. Holy balls. Alright, well. Wow. Well, Bob, thanks for bringing this to my, you know, I think, like I just said too, I think this is a good reason as to why the hell I stay away from all this craziness. Mr. Wasco, what's good, brother? Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday to you. Happy Thursday to you. Nice. What's up, brother? Welcome back. Yeah. But yeah.
My last girlfriend that like me thought she might be most likely a dude. She just didn't excite me. Lefty, yeah, but that was alright. She was hotter than the sun, but she just wasn't that bright. My mistake, she was more flaky than a leper colony. I think a wooden clothespin would have been much better company. Ass like a donkey, acting funky, gave her L, now she's a flunky. So my love for her died quicker than a batch of sea monkeys. Early bird gets the worm, spread your legs and spread the word. So what if I'm not the smartest peanut in the turd?
All right. What else? What else we got going on today? I did look at a few things. If you're in Texas, the hemp ban starts on the 31st. I showed you all the stuff. Project 21, dude. That's what I'm talking about, Frank. What else did I see in the old news sector today? With the Indiana guy, again, a lot of us live in proximity to Indiana. Just know that it's fucking scary. I wouldn't be doing that. New state rules change how THC levels are calculated and raise fees on hemp businesses by as much as 4,000%. Bruh. Hemp fees getting raised by 4,000. Twisted, what's up, my friend? Happy Thursday. I was on your stream last night. I didn't chime in at all, but I was gonna play some games. I didn't see any come up. I was just hanging for a little bit. Yeah, but I'm glad to see you. Thanks for swinging by. I hope all is well. A lot of wild stuff going on in Illinois cannabis. The revolution thing is kind of crazy. I don't know if any of you know that whole story. I've been hearing about it. Guap brought it up again today. I know that their two dispos got taken over, but you start to read into this thing, it's a little bit crazier. You don't doubt it. It seems like a place that overextended itself at the beginning, kind of overborrowed, and tried to use their reputation as something to get them by for a while. They're not the only one in the industry. When I was last in the industry, PharmaCann had this thing where like they wouldn't pay their bill for I think like 6 months or something. I hear now that that's what Rev was doing. They were trying to extend their thing to as far as they could before they had to pay, which is crazy. Oh, it's 100% the year of management companies. And it has been for a little bit. I think that the management company thing has been becoming more prevalent and more regular over the last couple of years. But I think this year we see I don't want to say a spike in it, but a massive showing of it. And it's already happening. We still do have other craft licenses to come on board, both cultivation and dispensaries, so, but it's the same thing. And I think you were telling me that Cole might have been talking about it, but there's a lot of these people who own licenses, who have been awarded licenses, but don't have the either funding to open or the clearance from their local municipalities, wherever they are trying to be in operation at, to start operations. And because of the ways that, like, the laws are set up, it can be very difficult to get your license operational. And I know a lot of, like, infusion licenses. Oof, what a tough claim to any portion of the market. And there's a couple of people who have done okay by doing so, but you have a white label license pretty much. So none of the products outside of the additives that you add to the already clean product, which now you're trying to tell me, yeah. So anyway, a clean product, and now you're going to add something to it. I don't know. Weird thing. But yeah, Texas ban, Minnesota first craft stuff. Oh, how about this? Um let me get this thing pulled up really quick. I need to get a different version of it really fast. I haven't read it. I just saw it pop up. It's a news article that piqued my interest. Compounds found in cannabis reduce liver fat in new study. And then hold on. Let's go to cannabis news. Cannabis compounds could reverse disease affecting 1/3 of adults. Cannabis compounds CBD and CBG significantly reduce liver fat in the Hebrew University research, offering potential treatment for metabolic. Maybe we can find that in here again. Whoa, mysterious marijuana-linked vomiting disorder gets official World Health Organization code as ER cases jump. Uh-oh. Unlike THC, the primary psychoactive component in cannabis, these compounds do not produce a high, making them viable candidate. Oh, nope, this is a totally different thing. CBD and CBG. This must be a linked article. Aha. Metabolic Dysfunction Association, steatotic liver disease, MASLD, currently affects approximately 1/3 of the global adult population. In cannabis, CBD and CBG, the non-psychoactive parts, CBD is more widely studied non-intoxicating cannabinoid, while CBG is a less common precursor cannabinoid from which CBD is formed. Bada bing, bada boom. Hell yeah, Doc. Let's go. That's cool as hell. Nice. That's cool, Doc. Super cool. Energy reserve helps the organ function under the stress of a high-fat diet, which was an unexpected discovery, the team noted. The study highlights a process called metabolic remodeling in which the cannabis compounds created a backup battery for the liver by increasing levels of phosphocreatine, a high energy molecule stored in muscle cells. Whoa! Bada boom! Bada boom! There you go. Click here for more health stories. How about it? While both compounds were effective, CBG shows more robust results in certain areas, such as reducing total body fat mass, lowering bad LDL cholesterol, and improving insulin sensitivity. CBG, baby. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, and it kind of follows in line with what I was talking about earlier. A more robust cannabinoid profile, something that isn't purely grown to be captured and picked in a time where THC is the most abundant portion of what is on, the chemical makeup of it. Rather, back in the day, some cannabis was picked early, some cannabis was picked late. But regardless of what it is, the idea that it was purely bred, fed, and harvested for THC production is just not real, right? So totally different scenario. Yeah. Oh, let's go, Doc. That's cool as fuck. Yeah, that's very cool. Researchers say this study opens a new path for using plant-based compounds to treat metabolic diseases by focusing on how cells manage energy and waste. Oh, kind of talks a lot about like what I talk about, right? In here, number one, part of health. Number two is the food that you eat, right? Number three is the way that we exhaust said food, the energy source, which is literally this thing. How do your cells manage energy and waste? Well, how do we manage energy and waste, right? How do we take care of metabolically processing things down? Anyway, very cool. The discovery of phosphocreatine battery backup in the liver marks a significant shift in how scientists understand the organ's ability to survive high-fat diseases. Limitations and caveats. Always make sure you pay attention to this part. Despite the promise in the results, the research team cautioned that the study was conducted in a controlled experimental environment. Further clinical trials are necessary to determine the proper application for human patients. Other recent studies have pointed to potential issues with using cannabis as a medical tool. I would love to read that. Major analysis published in JAMA examined more than 2,500 scientific papers from the last 15 years, including other reviews, clinical trials, and guidelines focused on medical marijuana. The 2025 review highlighted significant gaps between public perception and scientific evidence regarding cannabis effectiveness for most medical conditions. And this is where I try to step in, and what I most try to do is bring to light the anecdotal stories. Do you guys see the seeds inside this thing? Look at how many seeds are in this joint this buddy's trying to roll. Look, seed there, seed there, seed there. I gotta take this cursor off of it because it messes it up, but there's some seeds in that bad boy. That's disgusting. All right, anyway, don't roll your seeds up and smoke them. That's not at all good for you. Oh, gotta find you out the metric system, brother. Other recent studies have pointed to issues with the efficacy of cannabis as a medical tool. The researchers concluded that there are very few conditions for which cannabinoid therapies have clear, well-established benefit backed by high-quality clinical data. One of the most important conditions that does have medical backed scientific data would be epilepsy, and that is why we have Epidiolex cleared from the federal level, and it is distributed to epilepsy patients quite regularly out in the world. They charge them the fuck. They charge the fuck out of people for that stuff, though. Insurance companies ideally cover it if they have insurance, but yeah. Snap, crackle, pop, man. No, 1 gram might be 1 milliliter, but it would depend on extraction methods, and that's um 1 gram of flour should not be 1 milligram unless you have like very, very low potency something. If you have 1% stuff, even, it's 10 milligrams per gram. I mean, if you have 1%, if you have 2%, right? Because a full gram is 1,000 milligrams, right? And from there, it's just the conversion rate up, whatever, move the decimal point wherever you need to go. But 1% is 10, 10% is 100, and right, 100% of the thing would be 1,000 milligrams. Yeah. Whenever a substance is widely used, there is likely to be a very wide set of outcomes. Especially, it's not even that it's widely used, it's that it's used, and widely used means this. It's by a bunch of different people, but a bunch of different types of use, right? Like there's so many factors that go into proper dosing, and that's why I talk about like know what each portion of consumption means, your methods of ingestion, what the cannabinoids are, and what the terpenes are. But I think for most people, again, terpenes are expert level cannabis knowledge. Most people should get the understanding of what methods of ingestion do and what cannabinoids do before they try to jump into a terpene based thing. And a lot of people, even those who have been consuming for a long time, don't know the nuances of the different methods of ingestion, even, which is a method of ingestion is inhalant, so something that we breathe into our lungs that absorbs through going through the lungs, hitting the bloodstream, and then circling through the blood. We have sublinguals, so that's something that is absorbed through the mucousy, the membranes of the mouth. So we've got saliva ducts under our tongues, down in the front and the tops of our lips, in the back of our mouth. So if we keep it in our mouths, we get a little bit quicker absorption rate. And then we have edibles, which go into the stomach. Those take the longest to onset and the longest for bioavailability, and they're also processed differently. A lot of times they're processed through the liver, which then ends up making them turn into a product called hydroxy 11, tetrahydrocannabinol. Yeah, there's like a lot of different there's a lot of different methods of ingestion, including, I mean, that's what suppositories, different method of ingestion, topicals, different method of ingestion, transdermals, another different type of ingestion. We've seen a lot of different methods for ingestion, and knowing the nuances between them makes a massive difference.
Wondering if she'd changed it all, if her hair was still red. Her folks, they said our lives together sure was gonna be rough. They never did like mama's homemade dress, papa's bank book wasn't big enough. And I was
1 gram of oil equals 1,000 milligrams. So like, no matter what the substance is, whether it's oil, whether it's flour, whether it's whatever, so grams to milligrams is just a weight measurement. So to call something, and this is like the metric system, it's gram, would it be, what is it, maybe a tenth would be like a decagram maybe, or a centigram maybe. I think there's a possibility of getting into, I don't know how they break down going the one direction, but like or if they have names for it, but a gram to a milligram, a milli is 1,000th of the thing. So 1 gram is 1,000 milligrams. Whether it's, so in a flour, if you have 1 gram of flour, you actually have 1,000 milligrams of flour. Okay, and of that 1,000 milligrams, 30% of it is, THC, let's call it. So then you have, of 1,000, 30% of that is 300. So you would have 300 milligrams of that said thing. But now let's assume that it's THCA because we're talking raw flower and it's not converted to THC. To get the THC rate from THCA, you have to multiply that by 0.87. So if it's 300 times 0.87, you're probably 260 or something. I don't know, whatever the hell it is. Now I have to do it. I have to. 100 times 0.87 equals 261. Look at me go. Just like a nerd over here who tries to do mental brain maths. Well, and that's the other thing too is, I mean, if you have a CBG read of the plant to begin with, because again, CBG is a precursing form of cannabinoid. So theoretically, all plants that are grow CBG at some point. That CBG is just converted through in the growing process, right? Same thing, where THC and THCA is a precursor to THC. So, and precursing THCA, and I think it might even still be CBG, to be honest with you. I think CBG is like the mother cannabinoid. That's where all of that production that first initially comes from the plant of cannabinoids tends to be a CBG rich thing, I believe. Holy Christ, is my nose itch right now. Wasco, I do really try. Look, here's another one. I did this. Well, first, I mean, you can read it too. The top part says, make John review intro, and then the rest of it is just weed math. And it might not make any sense to any of you, but you see, we're trying to get a ratio down. And one of the products here, let me show you this really quick. All right. One of the products up top, that's sweet pea oil, has a very robust CBD profile, right? But it still has 36 milligrams of THC in it. Down below, we have I think it's pink lemonade or something, and it's a 1-to-1. It has 381 milligrams CBD, 386 milligrams of THC. Now, if you come down here and you just add 1 and 1 together, you get 1,071, right? Now, if you multiply that by 2, you get what's to the left over there. Anyway, long story short, 2.5 to start. So you got to add, it's got to be 3 of the CBD rich, 2 of the 2.5 of the 1-to-1s. And if you mix that all together, you would get a ratio that is pretty much 2-to-1, 2 parts CBD to 1 part tea. Oh, John, you are on a post-it. Yeah, but posted in my heart. Hey now, ain't lemonade and sweet pea. That's what this whole calculation is right here. Trying to figure out a viable ratio for somebody to use. And the thing is, their child is benefited by the use of this thing in many different ways. Yeah. Oh, I do like doing the math of cannabis a lot of times. But this is really good. This is the kind of stuff that I like to see in cannabis. I like to see studies that come out and say, "Hey, watch, this is something that can possibly happen." An amazing plant, a beautiful interpretation of it. Might even be an understatement of it. You know, this plant is it's nice. Oh wow! Now that people are talking about it. About 100 pounds of marijuana and 10,000 THC vape cartridges were seized Tuesday following a police chase in Lake County that ended in Chicago. Crazy. It actually sucks.
Puffs of peace with funky flames.
Little Chooch? Anybody else? Little Chooch? Let's do it. I got this one. I got a couple of them. We're doing a few of them.
Plant the truth in every land. Heal the people hand to hand. Roots run deep beneath the lies, but this green dream never dies. We don't need their pills of fear.
Cheers, y'all. God, this thing tastes so good.
Let's roll this planet into grace with every
This is and I'll shamelessly I'll shamelessly send the plug out for this one. This is a Rove. John may be able to speak to it also. Flavor wise, they got some of the nicest fruity flavor fucking things, you know. Yeah. I'm gonna now that we're all getting into it, I say fuck yeah, I'm gonna pack another one because I can't smoke a lot of that. They get me chooched up and I'm gonna struggle to remember what I'm talking about.
one plan, one world, one love. Light up. On his way to dinner, when it took him by surprise, and with one pull of the trigger, he would vanish overnight. Dancing by the roadside, holding on for dear life.
You know, I thought about today talking about something that we all could probably use a little good quick rant over, which is peace. You know what I mean? Because cheers, friends. This thing's gonna load itself up. Where we at? 68. He goes to 404. Giddy up, 404. Rove is decent. They're not. I'm not talking about they're great, dude. Just flavor wise. The watermelon one specifically. Fruit punch one's pretty damn good too. But that water one or the watermelon one, amazing. I have been watching Survivor 50. I am caught up on it. You get me excited talking about Survivor, but we'll talk a little bit about peace here too, which I think we all should have a quick one. We are uh, I don't think you and me and the average Joe should be a part of this war thing. I honestly believe, and this is not a joke, I think that we would be better off with having the rulers of our land, or the people who are settling foreign disputes. I want them to just, like, honestly, I think it would be great if they just got into a boxing ring together and they all fought. Okay, sending citizens of the area to go fight seems barbaric to me. And currently, there's a lot of drones and non-manned fighting going on. But the problem is there's still death involved there, and it's not just a communication dispute. The levels of warfare have gotten far more. I mean, it's kind of gross, right? It's an evolution of different means of attacking, and the one thing that disappoints me more than anything, like I said, I think is the at the sacrifice of who. When you really boil all this shit down, right? It's for supremacy. And the reason that you think that you're better than somebody else, or you deserve more than somebody else, is based off of a unbelievably selfish logic, and probably a logic that isn't as far advanced as we'd like to believe that we are for the opposable thumbed great thinkers of the fucking time and space, right? Dude, kids fighting for shit they have no clue about, using hormones as advantage. I mean, John couldn't have said it better. The other thing about this too is not only just kids fighting for shit, we have full-grown geriatric fucks who have more wealth than any of us can comprehend, who get to make the decisions on whether or not death or not, which seems awfully, I don't know how to explain it. It seems fucking deistic to me. Doesn't seem like you're a fucking politician or a leader or in anything. It seems like you're trying to be a deity, which is crazy. And that's the whole thing. It's how far can they take it, man? Right? Like, it's a weird use of power for a weird bit here. The only thing, and the reason why I'm even willing to talk about it as much as I am, is because I stand super neutral to end all of it. I don't take sides in shit. I understand, according to the reasons for it, the reasoning behind it, why America does what they do. And I understand for the reasons why, when put into context, the Iranian people are doing what they're doing, and the Israelis, and the fucking Saudi Arabians, and I understand why each of them, what each of them has at stake here. But it's still just a fucking play for supremacy. It's just a play for more power and more control. And at the end of the day, why the fuck are innocent people dying when the control doesn't belong to you and I? We're still fucking enslaved to a system. So how is it that we've lost so much sight where, like, the slavery we're willing to become part of, which it's forced because, right, like, you don't just become a slave on your own for no fucking reason, but you know, and there, it's to what system, I guess, also too. But you're only a slave to the systems you allow yourself to be a slave to. And there are a lot of freedoms that we are afforded in America. And all of you who are listening, I do believe are American folk. And I think we stay grateful for now. And I say for now, I think, no matter what, um, I just want to, I'd like to live a happy, healthy, fulfilled life. I'd like to share more experiences interacting with all of you, throwing more disc golf shots, exploring more beautiful parts of land, but learning more cultures and being a part of more people, because all parts of life come together to make this thing work. And to believe that there's a deserving of something more than from somebody else. And I get it, levels of contribution, but none of us are contributing as much as the fucking little kid who runs into the mine that has a potential of collapsing on him at any moment to make $300 a month, right? Like I don't know how to calculate that, right? And it's not that obviously I can calculate the dollars, right? 300's easy to count to, but how do I calculate that my contributions at the fucking dispensary are worth, $1,000+ a month compared to the 300 that the kid is doing to make the fucking phone that I use every day, the computers that I use every day, the shoes that I wear every day, all the mining and the manufacturing, all the things that are massive hard work are going on in other places of the world, and these are some of the more oppressed. And I'm not taking a side in this. I just don't understand how we can't think logically through a process to go, okay, but they deserve as much as I got. They deserve to, and I think what we should use our resources to is figuring out better housing, figuring out better energy infrastructure, just all infrastructure altogether, something that can withstand the storms that's coming by, something that can withstand the fucking, times of, I don't know, economic fluctuation, so that it's not like all of a sudden I live in a place that is fine to begin. Now all of a sudden we're war laden and whatever. Like, we got to figure that out. I don't understand why we can't yet. But I can. It's the things that I bitch about all the time. It's picking those religions. It's picking those political fucking sets, whatever you are. It's being part of one gang versus the other gang. And, I understand that that's how people boil down. We work in packs of at maybe best 200, right? So we're nothing more than a pack animal, an animalistic pack animal. But giving into it and perpetuating it, I think this plays into the perfected slavery. Idolizing these people who are playing deities and playing the heroes, while there is a mass population that suffers, seems fucking weird. Or even then, take it past a population that suffers, a population that is literally being enslaved in the way that we use the word slavery in America quite regularly, talking about the ownership of humans. There are people that still exist in that, and they're still getting bombed up by people who just believe in a different sky ghost. And I think that that's the most barbaric means of human life. What are we doing? Like, how do we treat somebody as property, but not only as property, but as expendable at the rate of my political will, my religious will, some fake borders that have been made up by fights to begin with, right? We just drew a line in the sand and said, you stay the fuck over there and I'll stay over here. And because of these fake lines, we've made people believe, I mean, if you live in Illinois, you're supposed to be the Bears fan, okay? But if you live in Southern Illinois, you're closer to St. Louis, you're closer to Indianapolis, you're closer to there's like tons of different fucking places throughout the America that, or Illinois even, that you're closer to other major metropolis that have sporting teams and shit. So like, and I'm just using sports teams as a thing. Well, it's the same shit with fucking politics too, right? Well, you live in a red state and you live in a blue state, and no matter what fucking you do, you're pretty much so outnumbered in some cases. There's about 5 swing states in the fucking in America. It might be a few more than that. It might even be a few less. But in those instances, it's not like it comes down to 1 or 2. It comes down to 50,000, 100,000, maybe 15 to 20,000 in extreme instances. But how the fuck are we supposed to change 15 or 20,000 people's mindsets? Right? And it's through these extreme acts, it's these extreme shows that make you feel one way or the other. And then they capture you and they go, oh, listen, I wouldn't do the bomb thing, come my way, because we're all fucking like, oh, fuck bombs, you know? But then on the other hand, you know, I don't know. I just think that there's got to be a fucking better way. We live in an age of communication. This platform that I'm able to sit here and talk on, I think there's a lot more people who use it that even might be far more popular, have way more viewership and way more thumbs ups and all those things that I think deliver quite shit messages, to be honest with you, quite fabricated garbage shit messages. I don't know if mine's any better. I just know it's a platform that I'm able to speak into this thing. So it's when it's all boiled down, it's like no matter what you're doing, where you're at, fall into your little groups of comfort, and I think you should be fine. The problem is if you can't see that those little groups of comfort are radicalist groups, you know? And I believe one of the ones that gets overlooked heavily because it's in so many instances, in so many cases, and in so much of its just foundation, religion gets used as something where like everybody should come together and it's your savior and your whatever. At the same time, it's arguably the most murderous fucking one of all of the things that I just said. You know, but I mean, you know, even though people do end up dying in football games and shit like that because people are ignorant and they fight each other and whatever, the rate at which they do that for comparatively to the rate at which they do that religiously for is totally different, right? Like, so, and then politically, I guess, too, right? Like, that might be even worse because my politics say this one thing, then your politics say this other thing. Listen, I'm just saying, when Russia is the fucking voice of reason in a conflict, we all should probably smoke a fucking joint and calm down for a minute, right? Nothing against Russia, honestly. Out of all the things, like, who the fuck knows? How do you claim one better than the other one? But like I said, we're literally, Russia's the fucking voice of reason in a lot of this shit right now. Hey, y'all should calm the fuck down. Literally talking to fucking both sides of this shit. Y'all should calm down. Stop fighting each other. We're not going to be able to fucking, trade and do energy and, crazy. Anyway, my answer to it still, and I think one of the best answers for a lot of this stuff, is the atomic bomb. It is giving people the tools that we all have available that some of us use to just calm the fuck down for a minute, to literally chill, and I think I talk about it a lot in here because I don't know if I'm changing anybody's minds, and I don't care. That's not my point here. I'm not trying to change anybody's perspective. I just think that in my perspective, the reason I keep wanting to talk about it is because I'm waiting for some people to go, wait a minute. No, I think I understand why you're saying what you're saying. I think that you're right that, like, when I claim my religion, I'm discrediting 3,000 other religions or whatever there are in the world. And I justify the fighters on my behalf by calling them freedom fighters, and they're fighting for my freedoms, while I call the other people who are fighting against my freedoms because that's what my side says, but their side says that this is their freedoms also. That's why they're fighting for it. But they're the terrorists. They're attacking you. But do you ever wonder how many of them call us the terrorists? See, I do. I think about it a lot. And it's not in a unhealthy, irrational type of way. I just think about it in a way of like, well, how would we bridge the gap? How do we make it so that all of us get on the same page? And when I say all of us, what I think I'm seeing more and more of is acceptance. I really do believe that a lot more of us do accept one another than we give each other credit for. But I think that the narrative, I think that the sources of information with which we are willing to ingest are very focused to kind of preach one side of a thing. And the side would obviously consider you guys the freedom fighters. Your side is the good guy. Duh. Why wouldn't they be? You know? And then even then, like, when we're all questioning it, are we fucking what? How are we in support of this thing? Like, I don't want fighting anymore. I don't want war. I don't want bombing. Can I vote against that? Is there a vote box somewhere where we can put a vote? Let's take a global poll. How many people are willing to keep doing the war thing? In my guesstimation is it's an overwhelming fucking amount that say no thanks. So how that remains a prevalent form of interaction is fucking beyond me. Dude, Mr. Rourke. So I also went to a Catholic high school. Up until my senior year, I got asked to leave the Catholic high school, but it was because of my questioning of many things, and I questioned stuff for quite some time. But I literally also, with you, one of the same classes where I started to have one of my biggest problems was inside of a world religions class, okay? They asked me, in world religions, there was this conversation going on one day, and it got really weird, and I interjected, and I said, hey, let me just ask, can you put yourself into the other side shoes really quick? Because I think it had something to do with the Muslim culture or something, or religion, not culture, but and I don't remember what the debate back and forth was. And now you have to remember, I was in high school 20 years ago, so politically what was going on then, right? That wasn't too far after the 9/11 stuff. There was still some weird understandings going on, but I questioned some stuff that went from initially like, hey, think of the other person, to me making the religion teacher. I looked at her and I said, let me ask you then, what is your view on this? And please be very direct with me. I'm okay, I can handle whatever you're gonna say. I just would like to have the conversation back and forth. And she says, I'm a religion teacher at a Catholic high school. What do you think my views on this are? And I said, before you were a religion teacher at a Catholic high school, you were a lawyer, right? You used to represent people regardless of if they were right or wrong. As long as they brought you a fucking paycheck, you didn't give a fuck. You would represent them. So at the end of the day, I can't have you use this whole fucking shield of I'm the religion teacher at the Catholic high school to explain who you are in context and to try and really grasp why a human who is intellectual and smart can't understand that somebody else is on the other side of this and just sees it differently. You know, I used to use the analogy all the time, and I used to write it on a fucking piece of paper here and try and show it back and forth. If in between you and I, you're looking at me in my face, I'm looking at you in your face, if we're doing this number, okay, in between us, I draw the number 6. You know what you see? The number 9. And from that, you can literally argue your point, well, it's a 9, and I can argue my point that it's a 6. Hell, I made the fucking 6. I know that it's a 6, and you're not wrong from your perspective. It clearly looks like a fucking 9. But we have to walk into each other's shoes and see what each other's going through before I can go, but just because I wrote it means that's the only thing. But it's not true. Somebody else is on the other side of this thing. So don't fucking tell me that the 6 can't be a 9 also. And if you catch it from the side, depending on how it's drawn, it can look like a fucking pipe or it can look like a dick. So like whatever the fuck perception you have on this little figure makes a big difference. And that's what I'm asking you in a context. And the lady got so mad, she kicked me out of the room. Get out of my room. Go away. I've never wanted to cry so bad. What? Because you fucking, by identity, by claiming certain sets, now all of a sudden you fucking are just this entity that is all exuding of this fucking whatever religion teacher at the Catholic high school means? That's just who the fuck you are, and all of your history and all your past and all your experiences mean nothing. Your ability to empathize doesn't exist? What the fuck are we talking about here? So, anyway, it's literally the same place that I questioned a lot of things in the past, too. And John, I literally... So, the civilized... So, I just watched a 3.5 hour episode of... His name is Arman. On YouTube, ARMAN, I think. Is that what it is? Anyway, he has like this 3-part series of him visiting Iran. And it's from like a month ago, right? It was right when the blackout happened. This is before the bombings and the everything. And he went through a lot of people, and like there's clearly cultural difference. He's from, I believe, Lebanon. So he's able to speak, he knows some language, a little bit of Farsi and shit. But anyway, it was really cool to see an inside perspective of what's going on over there. First of all, the place looks fucking right. Like some of the landscape, unfucking real. Their shops and their mosques and their everything, like just beautiful pieces of construction and infrastructure. And anyway, long story short, there was a lot of them that he was like, because he walked into this one part, it was like a shopping mall or something, and a kid was wearing an American flag t-shirt, and he's like, what's up with this? Like, America good or America bad? And like all of them were like, America good, more America, right? Well, it's the ones that are getting their freedoms fought for still over there that are in favor of America doing what it's doing. You know, there are some, again, there's widespread through the Middle East. There's widespread slavery still. I just, you know, again, I am, that we're just people. It's the only thing that I can say. We're all just people. Perspectives matter. People not be fast to judge. 100%. And John, you're right. I mean, like there's there's two sides to it too, and I'd imagine that even the extremist groups that are trying to be in control of everything, well, do you know what? A lot of times the problem is those people are trying to stay in control of all of the big business. It's all of the massive profits from the insurances, through the oil, through the, it's the same shit. So whoever is making all the money, they're fine and dandy. But then there's other people who are getting oppressed by the people who are making the money. And I mean, they are fighting. Of course they would fight if somebody came and took all your money. And the thing is, when you put it into a grand scheme of things, who is actually making all the money? And even if it is that group who's the terrorist or freedom fighter, depending on what side you're looking at, they're never profiting and taking as much as some of the other civilized parts of the world. I mean, the wealth gap between what all of us have to what fucking supposedly Elon Musk is supposed to have, it's gross, really, And I'm not even mad that fucking the man has access to that much resources, because he's done a lot of shit with the resources he's had access to. Whether you agree with what he does or don't. But, like, when some people don't have access to resources to just keep them sustainably alive, or to learn how to have skills enough to be a productive member of society, or have access to medicines, or you see what I'm saying? That's when, to me, I'm like, well, what the fuck is going on here? How do we figure that out? And this is where, like, you've all heard me talk about AI. My hopefulness in AI is that it fucking helps figure that part of what's going on in the world, this massive gap from top to bottom. And it's not even top to bottom. It's like, I know I used to pull it up on here. I don't even know if I could find it that fast. But there was a map that I used to show that showed, like, how much, if it was the land mass of America, and of the land mass of America, how much does each class own? And I think it's like 60% of America would be on like a dot the size of Tampa, Florida, or something. It's just a very small amount that 60% owns. The next 20% owns just the southern tip of Florida, about halfway, not even all the way through the state. So now we're talking 80% of the population. And then 19% kind of owns a little bit of the west coast, or the east coast, following up through Florida. And then the 1% owns the whole entire other fucking region of the country that goes from, like, the Great Lakes all the way the fuck over to the fucking Pacific. Or is it the Pacific, right? Atlantic's in the east, Pacific's in the west. Yeah, I think so. Anyway, it's putting it into perspective of who owns what, and it doesn't make sense. You're gonna show 60% of people in the Tampa, Florida, right? Of the 300 million people that are here, we're gonna shove 180 million of them into Tampa, Florida. And then, 20% of the rest of them, so, 60 million will live in Florida. Then, maybe another 60 million of them live in, the East Coast a little bit. And then, you mean to tell me 1%, 3 million people take up the whole other West Coast of... It's just the inequality's crazy. So there's gaps that need to be bridged. I'm hopeful for what um and it's not clearly AI is going to impact jobs. We already have seen it impact the fuck out of some computer jobs already, massively. I think Amazon laid off 16,000. I don't remember what 30, 40, 50, 60, 90,000. I don't remember. People that have been displaced from tech jobs here in the since I genuinely want to say it's been since January. My time frame might be off. It might be November or something. But yeah. So there's some weird things on the horizon. And I think one of the best ways to stay ready for it is to smoke a little bit and stay within your community. All those aggressive things that you want to fight for to prove your identity over, if we can let that go. Here, Bear, what's good, brother? Yeah, I think if we can put aside those, the differences that, again, aren't helping us become any closer to one another. Because at some point, I've said this a million times too, like, when as many times as a government official says go fight somebody, how many times can they keep going fighting until eventually they're standing across from their brother or their mother or their grandmother and they're like, hey, you got to fight them now. And then we're like, yo, no. Right? Like, when you're disassociated from it, it's fucking easy. But then the second that it happens to you, all of a sudden you got an opinion towards it. That's the same thing we see with cannabis too, right? Like, everybody is an opponent of cannabis until they're not. Until all of a sudden somebody close to them has been positively affected by the ingestion of cannabis. Somebody's got a medical breakthrough. Somebody in their family had the cancer and got, better results because of their use of cannabis. Somebody in their family's got the epilepsy and they have better results because of, right? All of that shit. Yeah. Anyway, I hope y'all feel good and you're not over stressing any of the crazy things going on in this world right now. I know that a lot of my friends are. I talk to a lot of them regularly, and I try to, even when I'm talking to my friends regularly, I go, hey, I hear your perspective. Just don't get radicalized in it. Just don't get fucking so hyped up in it or even then lost in it where, that's all you consume. And if it's getting you riled up every day, maybe it's time to consume something else. And though, yes, a lot of this shit hits close to home, you gotta figure it out sometimes, right? Like, depending on what's going on, if you live under a rock, but there's a part of living under a rock that is blissful ignorance, that ignorance to wild shit that's happening that isn't directly happening to you does have some play around, but you know what I mean? Think global, act local. Yeah, Chi-Town, I like that. That rolls off the tongue. Hell yeah, cheers to you, Gare Bear. But yeah, yeah. I wish, and so this is something that I think about with quite regularity. When I'm reading any of this stuff, my real thing that I think about constantly is, well, how do we bring peace to this situation? How do we make it so that how do we make it so that acceptance and understanding and progression is happening and it's not more division, right? Yeah. And I think, again, the atomic bong metaphorically, uh, just something that puts us all on the same page. And I think cannabis does a great job of that. That's why I'm such a proponent of the thing. That's why I continually get here and rant on this subject. Because I genuinely believe that this plant is a tool that could be used for some of the gaps that need to be bridged, both individually and personally, and then also interpersonally with other people, and then even past that, intercontinentally, right? Like, I don't speak your language, and I don't understand your culture the way that you do, and that's just who you are and what you do and what makes you who you are and what you are, right? Fine, but it doesn't mean that I'm against it. Hell, even better than that, like, after watching this, the couple of hours of the kid visiting Iran, I was like, man, I wish to realistically, I wish I could visit those lands. I wish I could go into those shops. I wish I could see the culture and go into the mosques and shit they're just, it's more beautiful community. And I wish I could speak the language. I wish I could speak all languages. But that's why I think, again, AI, and though we've had translators for a very long time, and I'm not even talking about human translators, I'm talking about like phone translation, through artificial intelligence, it speeds up that translation. And there's an ability too within AI to make the words that we mean to say, because sometimes you ever like hear what they're actually saying in a different language and it just sounds kind of fucked up, but then to say it that way, they have, you know what I mean? There's like just this weird um uh context differences of the words and the inflection of the words that make the context different. So AI can solve that problem. It can make it sound like the way that we're used to hearing it be said. And you know, I'm hopeful and that's the direction some of these things go, and it's not the opposite way where, you know, autonomous drone bombs, because that's crazy as hell. Anita and Lucy, what's up, my friends? Send my love to both of y'all as well. All my Kentucky fam, sending love.
But now that it's summertime again, friends, now I gotta adjust myself right here. A little something entitled Ice Cream Man is coming to you. This one's enough for rock and roll.
So yeah, I'm more hopeful. I really am, and I think that it's small communities like this, and thank you all for constantly coming in and it's a level of validation for me. I hope that I'm able to offer something to all of you that isn't just me rambling about the same topics over and over. And if you ever want me to talk about something else, you ever want to hear my perspective on something else, I'm happy to talk on it. But I can't thank any one of you enough for allowing me giving me the space to talk about this, because to me, honestly, and who the fuck am I, right? My perspective is only my perspective, and that's, I understand that. But in my perspective, I don't want anybody to be hurt or taken advantage of. I'd like everybody to have some level of honest equality. And I think that we all do. No, I know that we all do. We are all Homo sapiens. We are all humans. No matter what the identity you try to take on as that human, we just are human. So, how do we look at that commonality and stop looking at trivial differences And I again, perceivable differences, I think we're actually probably getting a little bit better at dealing with. Fortunately, all the hate is taught, and this is by picking a side. Took my daughter to question kids that look different, so that we're all the same on the inside. Yeah, 100%. Well, and Mr. Rourke, I think, like, and this is something that I heard once. It's a YouTube video. It's actually a song that comes through here. Where the guy says, "I think I'm a white guy." I don't know if you guys have ever heard the song play in the background, but he says, "I think I'm a white man," and he goes, "Well, do you know you're a white man, or do you think you're a white man?" He goes, "Well, I know." He goes, "Well, how do you know?" And he goes, "Well, just look at me." And he goes, "Okay, so then like," and he like kind of goes on to this different like categories, like what's on your inside, right? So your surface 7 layers of skin separate you from somebody else, but he goes on to it. He's like, put water into a bucket, okay, and assume the water has a brain, right? And it has vision, it has the ability to see, and obviously a mouth so it could talk back. We're talking about the water inside the bucket. Does the water inside the bucket know if it's in a red bucket, a blue bucket, an orange bucket, a yellow bucket? Does it know? Well, the answer to that is probably not, right? Like, it doesn't have a mirror. It can't see itself the same way. I mean, I guess we can look down at ourselves and shit, but assume it's a stationary thing, and we're talking to the internal portion of it, right? So, we're past that surface value. We're something far deeper than that, and until we all can accept that, until we all understand that fully, they and I say they because there is a power working here that isn't us. Okay? They isn't us. Us can be part of they, and they can be part of us, but when we talk about it in the context, they is not us. Us is us. And us is every one of us who's willing to accept that I'm the water inside the bucket and I'm not the bucket itself. Because when we use the water for what it's used for, which would be drinking, can you tell the difference of which bucket it came out of? So it's the contents of what we're using the thing for. Well, what are we using ourselves for? Are we using ourselves as a fucking hat stand? So you go, oh, look at me. I can model a hat really well because I have the complexion that fucking, contrasts or accommodates fucking the look of, like, what are we talking about? All that shit's trivial and yeah. So what are we used for? Do you want to be the bucket? You just need, if you're just a bucket, then be a bucket. But if you're the fucking water within the bucket, which brings life and has purpose and whatever, then yeah, I beg you to look past the container with which you're in. Because listen, what if you get transferred from bucket to bucket? Now, what if you get transferred from bucket inside of somebody and a human? Are you less water? No, right? Assumably, it is what it is. Do you get processed in other ways? Do you get redistributed or excreted with other properties inside of you or whatever? Right? Like there's a difference there, but that water is still water, right? Like, and so the essence of what you are, no matter what process of, from moving bucket to bucket or being ingested or being fucking excreted or being thrown into the ground. Like, if you're thrown into the ground, you still go somewhere. And whether you're absorbed by the ground and used as the fuel to grow plants, or you're redistributed, absorbed by the fucking ground up into the air, and then sprayed on the fucking lands. Well, do you know that plants do that already? They, they give off the water that they, oh shit. Oh, are we back? Damn, son. Do we blank out for a minute? The computer just was like, yo, freeze frame. It's back. Golly. Uh-oh. Sometimes it happens. It was an OBS problem, which is weird. That doesn't happen often. Guap, can you just tell me everything is fine in the chat, or somebody else? It doesn't matter. Everybody, tell me everything's back and caught up and we're good. Wait, well, yeah. Dude, watch out. They're blacking me out. I'm saying too much shit, dude. We're all gonna have to create a tinfoil hat, put it on our heads. I just think, we have the ability to communicate at a rate that it's super neat. Iran's in a blackout, so you can't talk to the people over there, but I would sure like to say, like, hey, if anybody from Iran did fucking see us, I'd be like, hey, I'm cool. Hope you're cool. I don't like people bombing you. I don't know what it's about. And if some of you need some help over there, like, I'm sorry, I wish I could help you more. And same thing, vice versa. Like, there's a lot of things I think we could probably do together more than we could do against each other. So, yeah. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'm hopeful. This song's great. But yeah, I'm hopeful. I don't expect much. Expectations are selfish as fuck to begin with, right? To expect something to happen stinks. You got to give effort into everything that you do. And I think the efforts that we can give to make sure that we're all good, like, that's what I want to do. I will infinitely give my efforts to any one of you. If you ever needed anything, I'd be happy to be there for every single one of you, as much as I humanly can be, right? But yeah, that's the other thing too. Like, I think that that's the beauty of what I've found here, is I have a group of people that I feel like I could reach out to, and have that connection with, that communication with, to reground myself or to talk through some stuff if that's what I thought I needed to or wanted to do. And I think that means as much to me as anything else possible. I'm massively grateful for the connections I've made here, and for the connections that have followed me through here into other portions of my life. Disc golf, my travels and adventures, my regular daily fucking hangouts and stuff. I have a lot of people that yeah, I think, and it's awesome to me, right? Like, this core group. But I think one of the things that I question myself all the time is, like, I just want to be able to provide something back, and offer, obviously, like, my main offer and the thing that I hope to be able to do is to teach people the basics of cannabis. And I think that I want to do that because I think that it's a part of life that could benefit way more people than you think. But I also am okay with ancillary to that, or outside of that, just being there for friends and people who, um, honestly, I wish all of you the fucking best. I want all of you to know happiness and health and love and abundance. I whatever it is that your heart desires through this life, and even if it's to be the greatest politician ever, or to be the greatest sports person, or to be the most religious, or to be, any of those things. I don't care what identity you prefer to take on. It's all good. If that's what makes you happy, I'm here to back you. But at the same time, it's only to the point where it makes you happy, and not that it retracts or takes away from somebody else's life, right? And I don't think that any of you here are doing that. Obviously, that's why I love this community so much. It's what it is. Um, but I think it's that simple for me. Like, how can we be productive, and how can we make as much of an impact to the positive as we possibly can? And whether it's me individually trying to spread my love and appreciation for this plant that I've seen do miraculous things for people, including myself, or it is to, just be a place, a safe haven where we can kind of talk about whatever the fuck we want, whenever we want, and come to some level of, um, acceptance, right? A mutual middle ground acceptance, because that's, I think that's really it. Cannabis is homeostasis. Cannabis brings everything back to the middle and makes everything cool and calm and collected. Um, and I try to, out of respects for the plant, perpetuate that, but out of respects to all human life, because I'm, again, grateful for mine, but as equally grateful for all of yours, that, like, I just want to see that thing go as good as it can. I want to see people live and be fucking satisfied, and not have to worry about fucking bombs falling in there while they're sleeping. Like, the thing is, regardless if we agree with that dictator or fucking whatever, Ayatollah, oligarch, fucking whatever names we want to use, king, queen, president, fucking whatever, dude, whatever fucking title we use for these people, regardless if we like them or don't like them, they have a family somewhere. So can't we get the fuck along to the point where at least we ain't killing each other? Where we're not fucking imprisoning one another? Can't we get to a point where we understand how to teach people, or to, if anything else, force people, if this is what it is, if you're going to use force people to learn. Force people to get healthy, to do workouts, to fucking exercise their brain, to exercise their bodies, to become productive in other ways than the ways that we deem them to be destructive through. Which, again, this is the one thing, and why I have, like, nobody, I don't care if he has 100 plants, 10,000 vapes, 10,000 plants, a million vapes. It doesn't fucking matter to me. Imprisoning people over cannabis, discriminating people over cannabis use, or any use of any of the things, like, we just have to figure that out. Yeah, I don't know. I love y'all, and I appreciate y'all. I know I get on these same common rants a lot, but it's because it just is weird. It is weird that people still, like, I don't know. Oh, Gary, I love you too, man. And I really do appreciate the support and the love. And um, I'm not like this is what I've said these words a bunch tonight, and I mean it. I'm hopeful. I genuinely believe there's hope out there, and I think that it just there's some of the basic things that we're doing so hopelessly, right? Like we're doing things that will cause more deterioration and destruction than we are doing stuff that's going to cause connection and breakthrough or progression. I just don't know how and I um economically, as a struggle for power and a means of supremacy, I see why people do what they do out there sometimes. I'm not telling you that it's justified because I can understand what they're doing, but they're in power. Why would they want to relinquish the power and give it to somebody else? But that's my whole thing is what is power? And why can't we all come to an acceptable agreement that the power trip is like it will be short-lived. If the robots figure their shit out, this shit will be short. So and this is again another hopefulness of mine. Like I'm hopeful for good robots. Everybody says no, they're trained and programmed by. No, they're not. They're trained and programmed by a bunch of people like you and I. All right, they're trained and programmed by very intellectual people. It's not, even though Sam Altman somehow becomes the face of it, or Zuckerberg, or Musk, or Lamb, fill in any of the rest of the names, right? They become the faces of some of these situations. There are much more average you and I's in the world who are trying to make these things happen. And the safeguards that are put in place ultimately are built by people like you and me. Arguably far more intelligent to those facts and those means of creation. But ask the same person, and again, it's here nor there. Ask the same person to do your job for 1 minute, and I'm sure they would struggle their nuts off, right? So specialized in certain things, but remember, we have to remember that they're still humans. And I don't know, like I said, yeah, don't allow the fear to get to you. If you do feel levels of fear over certain things, feel free. Let's chat about it sometime. Drop me a line here. Let's talk about it offline. I don't really mind. But I think like a lot of times, even for the people that I talk to that are the most in fear of crazy shit going on, they also too are very in tune with the like I'm happy to live, and I am not I want you to live happily also. So I'm more hopeful. I do believe in all of us, and that's why I literally rant this same topic quite regularly, because it's like Project 21. I'm hopeful that I've connected with 3 of you enough, and I think I've connected with far more of you. Look, I might have taken care of steps 1 and 2 with Project 21. Okay? I don't know that I've fully taken care of the steps number 3. I'm hopeful that I have. That means that I've connected with 27 people and spread the good news that I'm hoping to try to spread, and the love that I'm trying to spread, and the peace that I'm hoping to obtain by, coming to this acceptance and understanding and agreement with everybody. But Um, I think it's your outward willingness to, from leaving this conversation, to take it, and even if you just do it personally, you don't have to go tell 3 other people about it. It's just you're living a better life where you are less opinionated or willing to shit on somebody else's opinion, whilst we literally aren't talking about actual truths and scientifically provable consistencies. Just because I feel something about something doesn't mean that it's real. Just because I took a stance on some viewpoint doesn't mean that I know any better, or, you know what I mean? So, yeah, again, I'm unbelievably thankful for all of you listening to me give my rants, and also contributing to these rants. I really do value all of your perspectives as well, because I only think what I think. Well, not really. I really do try my best to listen to all of the people around me. And even then, I take all of it as typically opinion based. The most solvable things and the most true things that I know are mathematical. They are things that I can, through explanation and consistency, can prove, you know, in some essence, when I'm trying to speak on why 1 + 1 = 2, that is a truth. Where again, you all have heard me argue 1 + 1 = 1, and 1 + fucking 1 = 3. 1 + 1 can equal 0 also. I'm quite sure it could equal more than that even, but there's perspective in all of this. Again, if you have 1 unit, look, I got 1 water bottle and I've got 1 other water bottle. If I put both of these water bottles into 1 hand, now I've got 2 water bottles in 1 hand. That's a combination of 1 and 1 becoming a 2, okay? Now these 2 water bottles, they fuck, okay? And then they have a little water bottle. This isn't a little water bottle, but it's got less water in it. So they fuck, and they make a 3rd water bottle. That's 1 + 1 = 3. Now, let's imagine that this water bottle is filled with water, and this water bottle is filled with, what is this, sodium chloride? Is that the one that fucking, when they mix together, they go boom, and then they disappear, and it goes into the air? Fucking pshh. All right? So now we're talking about 1 + 1, boom! Now it equals 0, because they both fucking disappeared into the atmosphere. Now granted, could the particulates be in the atmosphere doing whatever they're doing? You're damn right they could, but boom, 1 + 1 = 0. Anyway, perspective means everything, and to then think that we know everything, or to say that my way of understanding or knowing is better than your way of understanding and knowing, I just can't do it. So no matter what anybody says to me, I go in with this like open mind of, well, I'm gonna probably learn something right now. Now, if we can banter back and forth, and I have opinions on it or shared knowledge, and we share our knowledge back and forth, and then we both have a different understanding of that process at the end, it's very possible as well. But I do enjoy individual perspectives on things, and I think your perspective matters. And I think, again, I associate myself with people who are politically driven. I associate myself with people who are religiously driven. I associate myself with people who are driven by major sports. I associate myself with people who are driven by identity. I like to associate with all the people, no matter what they do or don't do. the one thing that I try my best to is be agreeable, is to be understanding and to accept the fact that you have just walked through a different pair of shoes than I have. So when you walked past it, you saw a 9. And when I walked past it, I saw a 6. You know what though? If I walk past and see you, I only see a human. There are very, I think all of us do it, right? We all have this animalistic brain that can quickly associate by certain factors, right? So let's say you're a Bears fan. You walk into the bar, or you walk into church, or you have somebody come into your home, who knows, and they have on Bears colors, the other people that you run into or you see. Now all of a sudden it's easy to go, hey, we're common, we can immediately be friends. I beg and I hope that when people now, if you're wearing the Bears gear, you walk past a Packers fan, and I'm not even against some friendly banter back and forth. Hey, hope my team wins. Hey, hope mine does. You're a fudge packer. Your guy wears finger paints and stuff. Whatever the hell the argument is back and forth, cute. The second that you start fighting somebody else, or the second that you start hating somebody else and being attacking of character or any of that, that's when I'm like, well, come on, man. But any religion, and it doesn't matter. I'm happy. I just want to talk to you about your story. What do you do with your life? How do you make it through? What keeps you driven? And that it's honestly in that I find some of the greatest beauty ever. I think it's beautiful that people are individual and different, that there are multiple cultures, that there. Oh, we got a hair in the mouth. My beard hair is done fell off. Oh, we got that fucker. All right. Yeah. Anyway, that'll take the wind right out of your sails. But the big thing, he said, I agree with you. People that remind me of me piss me off. First of all, what's up, brother? Fucking happy Thursday. And secondly, people that remind me of you make me happy, actually. And the person that is you makes me exponentially more happy. And I fucking miss you, and we should hang out soon. I was once promised a pastizo from a friend who said that he could make the best shit in the world. I'm just letting you know, throw a date or two at me, and I know that's all you doing all the prep and shit, and doing all the stuff. I'll happily bring whatever else I can, but that's my whole thing. You give me a few days that work for you, and I'll make it work, man. I'm in. When I was in Florida, literally one of the best places I found, I forget the name of it. It was called like Ida and something. It was like a Greek place, but they had pastizo. Oh, fuck me, pal. Like it reminded me of the shit that my grandmother made me back in the day. And that's when it hits, But yeah, it was the best food that I ate in Florida, hands down. But yeah, moral of the story, I love all of you, and if you ever need anything, just holler at your boy. I'm more than happy to chat about anything. I'm more than happy to talk you off the ledge when you're getting a little bit too excited about the things that they're trying to get you too excited about. And there are things that are fucking exciting, bro. There's some shit going on out there that's very triggering. And you know, to not fucking know and to be fed a bunch of fucking bullshit and to have these redacted fucking everythings that's coming your way. Fuck you talking about? I'm not smart enough to fucking understand. You know? It's literally giving a fucking seatbelt ticket. Like, that's my least favorite thing. Y'all have heard me say that. You think I'm too dumb to take care of myself? You think I'm too dumb to fucking figure out what happens? So you're gonna come over here, first of all, kidnap me on the side of the road, and then try to hand me a fine because I didn't wear a seatbelt? That shit is like, well, you think you're smarter than me. You think that I'm too fucking dumb to take care of myself. Information's traveling faster than it ever has. Your ability to formulate an opinion based on the information that you're receiving, especially when it feels like this smoke and mirrors fucking, you're too dumb to fucking know, so I'll tell you what I think you should know. Bullshit that's going on right now. Kind of fucked. But I do recommend you eat some pastizza over it and you'll be fucking good. You know what I mean? Just a little Greek lasagna. Oh, my friends. Brr. Yeah, that's it. I'm happy and I hope you're happy too. If you ain't, let's smoke a joint over it or something, you know? I can make that happen. And if you're not allowed to wherever you're from, wherever that is, then you come to where I'm from and we can do it legally here. And also, if you're not a joint smoker, then we can go disc golfing instead. Where are you moving in 2 weeks? Come over next week? Yeah, fair. Let me think. Maybe Tuesday, Wednesday? But you gotta work and stuff. Do you want a weekend thing? Bro, you really want to take care of the spiritual stuff. You want to get feeling real good? Disc golf and smoke a joint. That's when it's nice. Yeah, I'm into it. Oh. All right. Weeknights are a little bit easier for me sometimes. Oh, actually, maybe Monday night, dude. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, something like that. This weekend I got some stuff going on, and next weekend, I mean, theoretically, except for maybe Sunday after like tags and everything. But yeah, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday kind of jam for me. I mean, you know. Dude, if Tuesday's flipping cold, no better thing to do than to hang out with a friend and eat some food. Yeah, let's pretty much aim for it. I'm literally gonna write myself a note right now to have this conversation tomorrow with the girlfriend and make sure that we don't have anything planned. Oh man. All right. You're booked. Dude, you're on a post-it note now. You get to be some of the friends on the post note. And Oak Brook isn't far. But is where you're at now or Oak Brook further? Oh, if you're still in Aurora, then fucking yeah. Call it a day. Tuesday. I'm in. Oh, I remember where you said you're at. Okay, I'm in. Make it a date. I'll see what the better half is up to. You might actually be into that. Because the only pasito she's ever had was from this restaurant called The Flame. It was, you know, not that good. Say, it's not that it wasn't that good. It's just not a homemade authentico, you know. And Oak Brook isn't that far either. Regardless, as long as I can, I'd love to come see you. Tuesday. Pasticcio. I can't do it, dude. There's not enough confidence in me. I don't have the dialect for it, dude. Pasticcio. Does that make you happy? Pasticcio. No, now I sounded fucking Italian, dude. Like I was trying to promote a pizza pie. You know? Pasticcio. Pasticcio. Hey, listen. I love that shit. And for those who haven't had it, you're missing out. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna smoke another one before I get out of here. You know, the 11 o'clock hour comes around. And dude, you know what? George, what I'm going to have you do, I'm going to have you say it one time. I'm going to record it. And then I'm going to turn it into a button over here. Just like this one right here. Donuts! Thanks for the donut. Goodbye. That way for the rest of my life, I'm gonna be like, I'm coming over to eat some donuts. You know what I mean? It will always be there. There are a lot of, so like this one.
Welcome to the Thunderdome.
That's one of the most OGs back in the day. This is a kid that used to be like the first moderator. His name was Nick. Love Nick. Fucking miss this kid. That's Drummer doing the Wookiee thing. That's my niece saying disgusting when she was like fucking 3 years old. That's old Saggy Pants, and you know.
Round one, fight.
That's me. Yeah. Now I just need you to be in here. This is. That's a girl who opens packs of cards for on YouTube. Me and the friends used to fucking do this shit all the time. Boom! Fucking, you know, you hit a good one, you gotta give the boom. Oh, That's pure gold. Holy fuck, that's funny. That is, there's actually one of my favorite videos in the world is a video of a couple of deaf friends who are playing disc golf together, and he aces, and then he like runs it down. I don't know why. I could watch that video a million times. You want to make, if your day is bad, you're having a bad day, and you pop this fucking clip on, there's no way you don't just get fucking immediately happy. You're like, you know what? Fire. Fire. You know what else? Another clip that I could watch a million times. It will make me laugh right now. It just happens every time. But I save it until I really need a good chuckle sometimes. Sometimes if you ain't laughed in a while, I'm going streaking across the quad. The dude goes running and slams into the fucking volleyball or pickleball court or whatever the fuck it is. It's from so long ago. That video, I'll watch it 20 times in a row and just laugh because first, the way he hits the fucking wall is that it's a glass wall. Hilarious. Secondly, the dude inside the fucking court, like stepping backwards like he's about to get plowed over by a naked dude running through the quad. The whole scenario, that's just pure laughability for me. Cheers, friends. Again, thanks a million for being here. It's an E-Bombs World special? Yeah, 100%. Dude, fucking E-Bombs World. How about that? Jesus. What was the other one? World Star? World Star had some wild shit on it back in the day. It's become wild now. Yeah. E-Bombs was a good one. World Star, again, another. Yeah. What was the first TikTok that shit called? Chive? No, not the Chive. Fucking the Chive's old as fuck too. God damn it! Somebody tell me what it was. Vine. That's exactly it. Vines were the business. Free Shavakadu. Chi-Town back in the house. Yeah, Vine. Daily Motion. Golly. Look at all those. Yeah, that's another going. Yeah, mm-hmm. God, it's been a long minute. I mean, can we even mention it now? It's been long enough. Can we finally talk about 4chan, or is that just... Cheers. We made it. We made it to smokability. Oh, it's dab o'clock right now, actually. Unless, hey, it's dab 30 somewhere. It's actually dab o'clock on the dot. It's dab o'clock on the dot. 11:01. Now it is. I got a real. Got a fucking mouth shot from this. What the fuck? Happy 420.
said? What he said? What he said? Hey, what he said? He said he a thriller. He said he a gangster. He said he a clobber. He said he got power.
That's a great song, but the other one.
It's undeniable, a natural fact. Kick up your heels, peace, love, cope is back. We've returned to tell you our story. Living large off internet glory. The epitome of wealth. Homeless, check yourself. We got blankets we don't even use. Shirts, pants, socks, and shoes. I don't know why you think that I look like a hobo. I don't think I do, 'cause you know I'm not homeless.
Oh. Oh, man. Oh, man. Wow.
When I wanna sit, I sit in a chair. I don't have to sit just any old where. I can be on the porch and I drink champagne. Don't need no cardboard when it rains. I got a telephone and a stereo. I got a TV set and they all work, you know. They're not in a cart, they're in my car. I bought them at Best Buy 'cause I'm a star. I don't know why you think that I look like a hobo. I don't think I do, 'cause you know I'm not homeless. You know I'm not homeless. If you think that I sleep in cans of
Oh, what was that? Hold on. It's gonna come to me. Oh, do you guys remember the Ultimate Showdown of Ultimate Destiny? I'm just gonna show you the picture of it. You guys remember this thing here? Oof. Shit.
Get a job, don't lay in the street. Make some money, it can't be beat. Put down the sign, give it a rest. Taste the biscuit, 'cause it's the best. I have sex every night. And if I don't, that's alright. I'm not
Hey, Biz, what's good, dude?
homeless, leave me alone.
This freaking guy.
Like a hobo. I don't think I do, 'cause you know I'm not homeless.
Old Godzilla was hopping around Tokyo City like a big playground when suddenly Batman burst from the shade and hit Godzilla with a bat grenade. Godzilla got pissed and began to attack. Holy shit. Never call you anymore. You went back to work this week. I can't interrupt you working. You never call me. There's two ways on a phone. It dials both directions. But see, the problem is you can't fucking call me midday during peak hours because you got a bumpkiss ass fucking phone plan. You're gonna get charged peak fucking phone usage. Yeah. 90210. It's better than Beverly Hillbillies. No, what's that one shit called? Beverly Hills fucking Brides or something? I don't know. The Housewives of Beverly Hills. Yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying. So who's the real prisoner now? You know? Is dial 10-10-220. I went to that disc golf tournament, and there was a bunch of younger disc golf people sitting around having a conversation, like pros, and one of the older ones. So for those who know the disc golfers, because a lot of you do, I was sitting. It was Katrina Allen, Paige Pierce, Raven Klein, and then like Eliezra Midling, fucking Cadence Burge, a couple of younger kids, and Katrina Allen says to them like, "Do you know the song Bye Bye Bye?" And then like the one girl like just kind of put her head down for a minute, and then like Katrina looked at her, saw what happened, and she's like, "Wait a minute, do you know the song?" And she was like, oh, it's from that one movie, right?" And she was like, "What movie? Like, I'm sure it's been used in movies before, but like, bye, bye, bye." And she sang it then. And she was like, "No, I don't know that." And I was like, "God damn it, dude. You're getting fucking old, man. How the fuck people don't know Bye, Bye, Bye? We've missed a whole generation." I've told y'all the story of fucking people not knowing about fucking Michael Jackson. But that's what rock do you live under? You either know him because of the music and how great the music was, or you know him because, you know, it's like, how do you not know about the Boogeyman? You know what I mean? Like, you're a child. This is somebody you gotta be aware of. You gotta be aware of fucking Michael comes in all, you know what I mean? Fuck. I'm not even trying to be mean. I fucking liked him for the music. Be young to know instincts, kind of wild. That's what I'm saying. Oh. Yeah. See what I'm saying? You guys get it. That's all what I'm trying to say. I don't know what's wrong with people nowadays. You gotta, you know, whatever. Good luck to everybody. Good luck to all of them. You don't know NSYNC and fucking Michael Jackson. Or Jordan, for that fact. The only reason you know him is because of a fucking NASCAR event. You know? It's the memorable parts. The things, you know? Well, my friends, yeah, 10-10-2-20, 11-10. It's almost 11-11. We'll wait until 11-11. We'll start winding it down. Oh, let me get to this part where I say all the words. All right. My friends, I hope you strike peace when you seek it. I hope you find love when you need it. And I hope you can cope when you feel it. Peacekeepers, peace out. I love you all very much. I greatly appreciate you hanging for the night. If anybody would like to talk about anything else before I get off of here, don't be shy. Go ahead and drop it. But if not, yeah, don't forget these things.
Avocado, potato, 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 potato.
Hey, fentanyl ain't no good. Hey, fentanyl ain't no good. Hey, fentanyl ain't no good.
It's disgusting. Nah, I love y'all. I really do appreciate you. I look forward to seeing many of you very soon. It is that time where disc golf is back. It's also that time where it's 11-11 and y'all should make a wish about something. I'll wish you all happiness, health, love, and fulfillment.
Donuts!
And fucking
donuts!
Donuts! Kind of sounded fucking Homer Simpson like.
Donuts! Donuts!
Got a fucking Homer appeal, man. But anyway, thank you all again. I do love you. Don't let me forget. Let me shout this out really quick. We got the Guapo, Mr. Rourke 420, Anthony Wasco, Dudley Dawson, John Voight, Dr. Frank La Barbara, Dr. Levy, Chi-Town Hi-Fi, Gary Cornett, George, the man, the myth, the pasticcio man. He's gonna bring us some, not like a fucking Italian though. He's gonna do it like a Greek. We'll put it on the fucking the soundboard. The Galaxy Boy Games, Norm, Brandon Krieger, Biz, Dr. Danknugs, Ben Flood, Cole, Chi-Town Hi-Fi again, Scott Long, Twisted Art Lady, and Sled Grows. Those are the people that I see here. There's probably a few of them lurking. I love you. I love y'all. I hope you enjoy your weekend. And yeah, that's it. Fucking, you're the best. See you soon. Bye.